Venezuela has officially defaulted on its debt obligations. There's no telling what will happen at this point. This could easily snowball into something much bigger. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Venezuela is a situation that I have been covering consistently over the years, showing you how bad this is devolving. So let's dig in. Speaking of digging in, this is the president, Maduro, digging in to an empanada in the middle of a state televised broadcast. Looking at the situation here, you're seeing the ISDA, Credit Derivatives Determinations Committees, and they said this: 2017 notes issued by the reference entity matured on November 2nd, 2017, with a principal payment due. At the end of this CDS grace period, the principal payment has not been received. They didn't pay. They actually were due a month ago, and they let it go to the end of the grace period and still didn't pay back. Usually, they would let it go to the end, and then at the last moment, they would pay back. This time, they didn't. So what is the result of that? Well, it remains to be seen, but I can tell you in the financial markets what has happened. The CDS has gone through the roof. Credit default swaps. Many of you may remember this and how serious the situation is. That's why I'm bringing this up today, because the CDS was the weapon used against Greece. This was the major instrument used against them by the financial manipulators. And here, well, of course, it's being used everywhere, but this could be that trigger, the linchpin to destroy Venezuela. Look at what's happened to Greece. All of the infrastructure has been taken away from them, sold off for pennies on the dollar. Islands, airports, major infrastructure being taken away. Now, this is more of the same here. Basically, an article out of Bloomberg. An event of default is what we're talking about here. Overdue interest, $650 million. They couldn't pay back. What's going to happen? It's not pretty, that's for sure, because you can't get away from this. You can't simply say, well, we're just not going to pay back. It doesn't work like that. Somebody's going to come in there and they're going to take. Who it is and when and how and everything, we'll see. The cost to protect against a default by Venezuela's state oil company hit a record. As traders speculate, a principal payment that was due last week won't be made in time to prevent the derivative contracts from triggering. Of course not. Of course not. They're not going to pay. And as a result, we are about to witness something that is going to be very disastrous. I don't know what they're going to do about it. Quite frankly, my assumption has always been that corporations are going to come in there and they're going to take the assets away from Venezuela. As if it's not bad already, it's going to get much worse. Every possible thing that could be bad for the people of Venezuela has been happening. I've been hearing from people on the ground. You're seeing the inflation rate still skyrocketing. You're seeing, just a simple thing like menus need to be printed on a piece of paper because they're changing so rapidly that they could just write up a new piece of paper, print it out. And there's other people who they don't realize that. Just a few years ago, it wasn't that bad compared to today, of course. In just a few short years, things change so rapidly. Look at this. The PDVSA 5-year CDS surging as well. So we're looking at this now and have to realize how quickly will this become a complete collapse. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the people are going to do there to be able to stave off this crisis. It's really terrible to see it all, and I've been bringing all this information up, and unfortunately it's Doesn't look pretty. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. And last but not least, if you found this video informative, I know you'll find my books, The Money GPS, and my new release, Global Economic Collapse, even more informative. You can flip through the books at Amazon. There are links in the description below of this video for you to check out. Take care.